Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family, because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling. Update X24H is here, bringing you the stories that move hearts and break the internet. And today, things just got real. Liu Yuning, the cool, composed voice of a generation, might have just slipped up on Livestream. Or was it a carefully chosen moment? Either way, the name Song Zuer changed everything. It began like any other Livestream, relaxed, unscripted, and full of the usual charm that Liu Yuning effortlessly brings to the screen. Fans from around the world tuned in, expecting a familiar exchange of jokes, comments about his music, updates on his projects. For a while, that's exactly what they got. The tone was light, the laughter easy, and Liu seemed, as always, in control. But then something shifted. A single name was mentioned, Song Zuer, and in that moment everything changed. There was no dramatic music, no confession, no grand statement, but something far more powerful happened: silence. Liu Yuning paused, almost imperceptibly, but long enough for everyone watching to feel it. His eyes lowered just slightly, his expression softened, and then came a smile, subtle, quiet, genuine. It wasn't the smile of a celebrity answering a standard question. It was the kind of smile that sneaks up before you even realize it's there, drawn not by obligation, but by memory or feeling. In that short moment, fans saw something rare: vulnerability. For an artist known for his discipline, his restraint, and his almost guarded presence in the public eye, this was an unscripted window into something deeply human. He tried to regain his usual composure, offering a polite, "She's very talented." But the tone in his voice had already said more than words ever could. It wasn't casual. It was warm, almost reverent. The kind of tone that holds weight, that carries history. Across social media, fans reacted instantly, not with chaos or wild speculation, but with emotion. Many described the moment as feeling too real to ignore. They replayed the clip, slowed it down, watched his expression again and again. Not out of obsession, but because it felt like watching someone reveal a truth they'd been holding in for a long time. Some fans even admitted tearing up, not because anything sad was said, but because they recognized the quiet power of what was left unsaid. What made this moment so striking wasn't what Liu Yuning said, but how unguarded he became when someone else said her name. That kind of emotional transparency doesn't come from media training. It comes from something personal, something lived. It was a reminder that even those in the spotlight have stories they're not yet ready to tell out loud, but which find their way to the surface when the heart gets ahead of the script. And maybe that's why this single moment has stayed with so many. Because in a world full of staged expressions and polished public personas, Liu Yuning let something honest slip through. A second of silence. A smile. A truth that didn't need words. That, more than any headline or rumor, is what made this moment feel unforgettable. Like time itself slowed down, just long enough for us to notice something real. In the days following Liu Yuning's unexpected reaction during his live stream, fans began to notice a shift, not just in tone but in detail. What once seemed like passing coincidences started to feel like subtle patterns, quiet indicators that something was happening beneath the surface. And while neither Liu Yuning nor Song Zuer has confirmed anything publicly, the way they've been showing up in each other's orbits has sparked a new kind of conversation, one shaped less by speculation and more by emotional curiosity. It began with something as small as a bracelet. On separate occasions, both Liu and Zuer were seen wearing accessories that appeared strikingly similar, delicate, almost identical in design. First, most fans brushed it off. Celebrities often wear gifted items or brand-sponsored pieces. But then came another coincidence. The bracelet Liu wore wasn't part of any promotion. It was personal, just like Zuer's. And when fans revisited old footage from a recent event they both attended, that same bracelet was on her wrist. It felt intentional but unspoken. Then a behind-the-scenes clip surfaced, an off-camera moment during a joint shoot. There was no scripted dialogue, no audience. Just the two of them talking casually, laughing freely, almost unaware of the people around them. There was a tenderness to their interaction, something easy and unforced. Not performance but presence. It was the kind of connection that doesn't need to be labeled to be understood. Their smiles lingered. Their eyes met with an ease that felt built on trust, not simply professional respect. Fans also noticed how frequently Liu Yuning has been mentioning ideas of connection and honesty in recent interviews. Without naming anyone, he's begun to speak more openly about the importance of shared values and emotional safety, things one typically reflects on when someone significant has entered their life. In one interview, he was asked what kind of people he enjoys working with. He paused, then said, "People who don't pretend. People who bring calm, not chaos." To those who've watched his interaction with Song Zuer, the meaning wasn't lost. At the same time, Song Zuer has been posting more personal reflections online. Her captions, once light and promotional, now hint at deeper themes. Growth, unexpected happiness, quiet gratitude. And while she hasn't spoken directly about Liu Yuning, her words feel like a mirror to his. They seem to be living parallel stories, shaped by timing, shared experiences, and perhaps mutual care. Of course, all of this might be coincidence. But when two people begin to echo each other's emotional tone without saying anything out loud, it suggests something quietly beautiful is unfolding. Not a publicity stunt, not a scripted romance, but something genuine. A connection that's still finding its voice. And in a world that often demands clarity, sometimes the most powerful truths are found in what's left unspoken. These are not just signs. They are emotional breadcrumbs, leading us gently toward something more. There's something undeniably powerful about the way this moment has resonated with people. It's not just that Liu Yuning smiled when Song Zuer's name was mentioned. It's not just that fans are reading between the lines. What makes this moment feel different? What makes it hit so deeply? Is the raw emotional truth hiding just beneath its surface. In an industry built on appearances, rehearsed interviews, and carefully curated public images, this glimpse into something real felt rare, felt honest, and it stirred something in people not just as fans but as human beings. Perhaps it's because Liu Yuning has never been the kind of celebrity who plays into romantic speculation. He's cautious with his image, private about his life, and consistently respectful in how he presents himself to the public. That's part of what makes him so admired. He isn't driven by attention or drama. So when someone like him pauses at a single name, when his eyes soften and his voice shifts ever so slightly, it doesn't feel like performance. Feels like confession. Not loud, not dramatic, but unmistakably real. People connect with authenticity more than anything else. In a world overflowing with headlines crafted for clicks and relationships staged for the spotlight, audiences have grown weary. They've seen too many moments that were scripted to look spontaneous, too many smiles that were rehearsed. But this wasn't polished or planned. It was vulnerable. It was quiet. It felt like watching someone remember a moment they weren't ready to share, and being caught off guard by the weight of that memory. For fans who followed Liu Yuning and Song Zuer for years, this moment felt like the culmination of something unspoken but always felt. There have been glimmers, brief interactions, warm exchanges, undeniable chemistry, but never anything confirmed. That silence created space for curiosity, but also for imagination. And in that space, fans began to believe that maybe, just maybe, what they were witnessing was something deeper than friendship. But more than that, this story resonates because it mirrors what many people long for. A love that grows quietly, honestly, and unexpectedly. It isn't loud. It doesn't need validation from headlines or trending hashtags. It lives in the way someone's expression changes at the mention of a name, in the way laughter becomes a little softer, in the way silence says what words can't. That's why this moment feels different. Because it reminds people of something real, something they've felt, hoped for, or lost. It reaches into the human experience in a way celebrity news rarely does. This isn't just a viral clip. It's a window into someone's truth, accidentally revealed, and deeply felt. And in witnessing it, fans aren't just watching two celebrities, they're watching something tender unfold. Something we've all dreamed of at one point in our lives. That's why this matters. That's why this lingers. Because the most powerful stories are the ones that remind us of our own hearts. She's not staying silent either. In a recent interview, Song Zuer described Liu Yuning as intriguing and someone you want to keep learning about. She even called their time working together surprisingly comfortable and fun. That's not the language of formality. That's the tone of someone remembering something genuinely special. Even her latest social media posts feature subtle captions about honesty and unexpected happiness. No names, but timing. Let's just say fans are connecting the dots. This moment might not be the confession, but maybe, just maybe, it's the beginning of something neither of them wants to hide anymore. Could we see a public outing together? A drama reunion? Or perhaps a second live stream where Liu goes even further? Right now, we don't need them to say the words, because the story is already unfolding in their smiles, glances, and quiet moments. And it's those real moments that stay with us. This isn't just celebrity gossip. It's a reminder that even stars, with all their fame and pressure, long for connection, for truth, for love. It's a story about how someone who's built walls his whole career might finally be ready to open the door. And the world, we're watching, waiting, not for drama, but for something beautifully real. Collision. This has been Update X24H. Your heartbeat of celebrity truth, emotions, and everything that connects us. Speech balloon. What do you think Liu Yuning was trying to say? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read them all. Movie camera. And if you want to stay ahead of the next chapter in this love story, hit subscribe, tap that bell, and join our growing global community. From the US to Japan, from France to Indonesia, thank you for watching. Love is unfolding, and you're part of it. See you in the next update. Sparkling heart.